Hello and welcome, everybody. It is time to finally play some One Piece Pirate Warriors. I know I've been threatening a stream for a while now. I think I've been saying I should stream this since the next gen update came out. I don't think I have streamed this since that came out, which I'm sorry. But I have been slowly but surely working towards getting the S+ rank on everything. It has been tough for some stages and surprisingly easy for others. I have one stage left for the not free mode. What's the other one? Treasure log, I think. Also, sorry if it sounds like I have a horse in my throat. Allergies are in full swing today. Pretty sure I coughed up like most of the pollen in my area earlier. But hello, Pony Bro. Hello, Warrior Face. Hope you guys are doing well. We're also getting close to the end of Muso this year, which is sad, but that doesn't mean that Muso stuff is going to end entirely on this channel. It just means that it's not going to be only Muso stuff on this channel. Because starting next week, provided there is no issues with my schedule, just a second. Chelsea made me a nice tea. Nice lemon ginger tea for the stream. But provided my schedule stays fine, my plan is to start streaming Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I haven't quite decided what I'm going to stream for Muso stuff because I want to start streaming stories again. It's going from 100% Muso to mostly Muso. I am also going to be streaming less because I'm going to be working a bit more on video stuff. I already started a script for my idea of how they could actually do a new open world Warriors game. Also, hello, Terry. Is One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 a good way to experience the story of One Piece without having to watch 1,000 episodes of filler? Yes and no. Pirate Warriors 4, from what I can tell, is okay for post-time skip, while Pirate Warriors 3 is better for pre-time skip. Because Pirate Warriors 4 only covers so many arcs, and I don't even think it's the best to experience, but you will at least be able to see most of the characters, and like, it's a good entryway. Let's put it that way. It's a good entry into the world of One Piece. You did not miss anything, Steven. You joined just before I switched things over to the game. All you missed was that we're getting close to the end of Muso May. I'm planning to stream Final Fantasy VII Rebirth starting next week. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to be streaming for Muso. I'm kind of tempted to do one story in Dynasty Warriors 9, but I haven't decided what. Like, part of me is thinking maybe I'll do a short story like Sinjan or Dianwei. And then another part of me is thinking about doing one of the DLC stories. Who had the most surprisingly good weapon change in Dynasty Warriors 9? I want to say Li Jian. Like, at first I didn't like the fact that they changed him to Guan Yu's weapon, but then they gave him that DLC weapon, and I was like, fuck, man. Why wasn't that weapon in any Warriors game beforehand? Also, welcome, Demonic Boobs. Hope everyone's doing well. But like I was saying, I'm going to be going for the S+ rank in every stage. I only have this one stage not at S+ for the treasure log. Once I do this, then I'm going to be going to the free mode and trying to get all these story stages up to S+. And I think for the most part, when it comes to the story stages, my big issue is going to be time. Now, just because I don't really care, who do you guys want to see for characters? Maybe what I'll do is I'll pick Uta, one of my favorites, to start off with. I'm going to turn the volume down just a little bit, if it'll let me. I'm hitting the wrong button. No, it's just not letting me. Great. Hopefully we don't get a little bit of echo. Well, Chrissy, I just answered the question. Uta is one of my favorite characters for multiple reasons. First of all, Film Red is so good. The soundtrack for Film Red is so good. Otto is an incredible singer, and the fact that they got her to be the voice or the singing voice of Uta is great. And I'm going to equip her with all of my usual stuff. I haven't played as her in a while because I have her maxed out. I want... Cat Burglar, Coin Collector, Giant Killer. Trying to remember all of them, because it's also been a while since I've played this. Concentration, for sure. Is Resilience? Increase the duration. I think I did that. Full Burst Enhancement. Wait. I don't have her with Full Burst. Is this considered a full burst? I don't think so. So I will... Airborne enhancement. I think... Oh, wait, that costs 2. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There. Boom. Problem solved. And... Bounty Hunter and... Soul Seeker. There we go. I figured it out. So, I didn't get to finish saying, not only does Otto do the voice of Uta singing, but Amelie, another voice actress, VTuber, streamer that I enjoy, is the English voice. And she did a bunch of covers of the Film Red songs, too. In English. And her moveset is so good. For somebody who doesn't really have a weapon, they did a really good job designing her. So, Pirate Warriors 3, if if I recall correctly, does cover everything that Pirate Warriors 1 did. Pirate Warriors 2 is a completely original story that has never been done since. I don't know if I would say I'm a VTuber fan, but I am a fan of a bunch of VTubers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go out of my way to find VTubers or interact with the VTuber fandom. But, like, I just like good entertainment. So, things like Amelie and Sayu, fucking hilarious together. Like, they feel like a brother and sister that absolutely hates each other, but will do anything to make sure that, you know, if the other gets, if somebody crosses the other person, they're like, no, only I can do that. I do also like, obviously, Lighty the Noob, for reasons. He is a friend. Okay. This is getting a little more hectic than I thought it. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, listen here. Okay, it doesn't look like the audio is getting caught on the mic, which is good. That's what I want. Well, I gotta work together to capture all the territories, but I guess I should be defending this territory too. Oh. There we go. There. Now that that's been dealt with, I'm also a fan of things like, or like VTubers. Iron Mouse is a big one. Katie Cat, I think, is the name. She does like heavy metal vocals and stuff. I'm just always appreciative of somebody else who's a big metalhead. Buff Pup. Bow. Shy Lily. Girl DM, who also happens to be Canadian. Right, Steven? I love the fact that, like, there are so many Muso games out there. And that's one of the reasons why I love this series so much, is that there are so many games, and every single game can have a fan. Like, every single game in this entire franchise can have somebody be like, that is my favorite. Except Dynasty Warriors DS, but that's fine. We can forget about that. I swear to God, there's going to be a day that I am going to stream that. I don't know when, but it will happen eventually. Someday. So the other reason why my throat is has a little hoarse in it is because I was doing a little bit of singing myself earlier when I went out to grab some supper. I like to put on a playlist that has a bunch of instrumental and karaoke versions of songs to kind of practice vocals and stuff. What comedians do I like? Ooh, that's a good question. Because I like a lot of comedians who do dark humor or social commentary. I really like Bo Burnham. Bo is probably like one of the biggest inspirations for me as far as like comedy goes, because I also like to do commentary about the state of the world and things like that when I can. But I'm also not smart enough to do it, so I know my limitations. Oh, what's his name? Fuck. He has an Italian name, and he's Jewish. Oh my god. Or Gianmarco. Oh fuck. What's his last name? Gianmarco. I think it starts with an S. My brain is frying on me. I also like a lot of musical comedians, so oh god, I'm blanking on everyone's name because I have to think of it. It's like, what's your favorite color? I forget every color that's ever existed. OCT, On Company Time. They do the song Half Man, Half Horse, Clogs, other songs that are absolute bops. Oh, Dim Sum Paradise. That's another good one. There's another guy that's come up on my TikTok a couple of times, and he has this like late 90s, early 2000s pop rock kind of sound to it. But again, that like social commentary kind of comedy music. There's a song called For You, which is all about like, you know, social media and stuff, telling you how to live your life and when to do things and stuff like that. And it's really well done, and it sounds really good. I just realized I should be turning my phone off of the Wi-Fi so I can have a little bit of better connection. Doesn't seem to be helping, but oh well. Oh, Lee Evans. He was on Taskmaster, wasn't he? Chelsea and I are fully caught up on the UK Taskmaster and are just now working our way through the New Zealand Taskmaster. We just finished episode 5 of the first series, like before I went live. I have a feeling this stage is going to be really tough to get that S+ rank. Specifically with all of the enemies trying to take over my fucking shit. One of the big reasons why I like this game, though, is it actually, like, there's so much going on in a stage. It feels like an anime fight. Like, it just feels so chaotic. which is exactly what you would expect for a game that has this many shonen characters fighting at one given time. Some of my hobbies, I do like to go for hikes. At least when, you know, the air isn't trying to kill me, because I do have allergies. Specifically, both ends of the seasonal allergy spectrum, where I get a runny nose, post-nasal drip, dry throat, scratchy eyes, when things are blooming and when things are dying. So, like, the middle of winter and the middle of summer, I'm at my perfect peak condition. Fall and spring, I am at my worst. Specifically spring. I do have worse symptoms when I'm, when things are blooming than when they're dying. But when they're dying, still not the greatest. But I also like to build Gunpla. I've got quite a few in the collection. I've shown off and have done live Gunpla builds on stream a couple of times, specifically to do the Musha Mark 1 and 2. I do like to read manga. I usually prefer to read manga than I do enjoy watching anime, but it also depends on what it is. Like, if it's action, watching it is better. If it's slice of life, comedy, things like that, usually reading it is better. Like, just as an example, one of my favorites is Horimiya, and reading that is better than watching it, even though I don't have all of the manga. Ranma is another one of my big favorites. But my absolute favorite anime of all time is Beck, Mongolian Chop Squad, because being a music fan, gotta love that. You would think maybe it's K-On! No, I actually didn't like K-On! As a music anime. As a slice of life anime, yeah, it's good. But not enough music. And then there's, oh my god, what is it? Music is a lady's, something or other. I forget what the name of the anime is, but it's about, like, a metalhead who, her father, I think, marries into wealth or something like that, and she's going to, like, a private school, so she's trying to be, like, not a big metalhead or something like that, just to be like, yeah, I'm a lady of class now. Yes, rock is a lady's modesty. That's it. It's so good. And, like, being a fan of Warriors games, I'm also a fan of their soundtracks. So the fact that they decided to be a heavy metal instrumental band, just love it. Yes, Bandmate is another band that I do like listening to. I am usually into the more darker, new metal-y, kind of like alternative metal. Like, as far as Japanese bands, my favorite Japanese band is Dir en Grey. I wish I sounded like Kyo. That dude's voice is just incredible. I also do like a lot of mixture of genres. So like Wagaki Band, they did the ending theme for Samurai Warriors 4-2. But they're like a rock band that has a lot of traditional Japanese instruments. And so good. I have one gripe with One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, the same with Dynasty Warriors 5. I hate that the characters are slow for no reason, heavily reliant on hyper... Yeah, some characters are a little slow, but I don't really find they're nearly as bad as the heavy weapon weight in Dynasty Warriors 5. But I see you, lazy guy. I see you. I understand the gripe. Yes, I love Maximum the Hormone. God, I forget the name of the song, but when they just like cut so suddenly to starting to do a disco song, just so good. That subverting expectations, mixing genres. Like my all-time favorite band was Linkin Park. Or is Linkin Park, I should say. They were the band that got me into music. When I heard In the End on the radio, I was like, I want to do this. Before, I would listen to like, cool. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. Pay no attention to the glitch and the scuff happening on screen. But yeah, I used to listen to like just whatever was on the radio. And then like a little bit of rap, a little bit of punk music because, you know, Sum 41 was getting really popular, especially in Canada. But goddamn, Linkin Park just did me in, and then following them through most of their career and learning how much of a writer and musician almost everybody in the band is, but specifically Mike Shinoda. God damn. I do like Kill Switch Engage. In fact, I was singing along to their cover of oh my god, Holy Diver. There we go. Words came to me. It is hard to think as well while so much is going on. Yeah, also fun fact, there is a Linkin Park Gunpla kit. I believe it's the GP03. I think it's a high grade. I've been so tempted to buy one, but they're like $200-300, I think. And I wouldn't want to build it. I would be like, okay, this is staying in the box. Just like my, oh, you know what? I don't care that this is going to destroy the chat. I'm going to be right back. All right, I had to grab something specifically to show on camera because I feel like if you guys enjoy Linkin Park, you're going to enjoy this. First of all, let me fix the chat, and I'll have to do that when we go back to the game. But I am such a big fan of Linkin Park that one day on a band trip, yes, a band trip, we stayed in the same province. We just went to Charlottetown. We were doing a show at the Confed Center, which is right next to the Confederation Mall, where I borrowed money from almost every single person in the band so I could buy a Linkin Park clock. Excuse me. And I still have that clock. I don't know if it's up. It might be in the bedroom. I forget where we put it. But if that doesn't show how much of a Linkin Park fan I am. I own every album except the most recent one because physical albums aren't sold in stores anymore and I didn't order it online. I own a handful of the Linkin Park Underground albums. I was a part of the Linkin Park Underground for a little bit. But my prized possession, which is still sealed, is my copy of Cookies. Sweet Hamsters Love Jewels from America. Which includes hits like You Ain't Gotsta, No Laundry, and PB and Jellyfish. Anyways, let's fix the chat and get back to the game. But I just love that that was an album for the fan club, was Cookies, Sweet Hamsters Love Jewels from America. And it's just a bunch of joke songs that they wrote. It's so hilarious. I do have a lot of action figures still sealed, whether they're action figures or like statues. Like I've got this really cool, oh god, I'm not gonna take my camera off, but I have a really cool King of Fighters, Mai and Athena action figures. Throw that on my couch. Oh, I've got a lot of things signed. A lot of things that I wish I had signed. So the first person that I ever got to meet and interact with and get something signed was Spike Spencer. He's the voice of Shinji in the OG Evangelion. God damn it. So I got Tales of Vesperia, one of the Blaze Blue games, and Dynasty Warriors 7 signed by him, because he was also the voice of Kwon Suo and a lot of the foot soldiers in Dynasty Warriors 7. This was before Dynasty Warriors 7 Extreme Legends came out, so I don't have Dynasty Warriors 8 signed, even though I absolutely would. I got to share a beer with the guy. He's pretty chill, but a little creepy at times. Considering he had a story where a fan who had just turned 18 was hiding in his hotel room naked. And he was like, no, I don't do underage people. And she proved that she just turned 18. And he was like, okay, door is closing. Little odd. But the next one was Chris Kaysen, who was the Ocean dub voice for Mr. Popo and Tien, I think. And I think a couple other characters. But mostly Popo and Tien. I have all of my seasons of Dragon Ball Z signed by Chris Kaysen. Even though he's not in that dub, he was like, hell yeah, I'll sign these. Anyways, so I got that. And then trying to remember who was the first Atlantic Entertainment Expo guest. I think it was a guy from Kingsglaive, Final Fantasy. And I have a signed picture of him. I don't have anything signed that he was in. We did have the voice of Ignis come, but that was before I had played Final Fantasy 15 and before I owned a copy, so I don't have anything signed by him. That being said, John Eric Bentley has come to 2 Atlantic Entertainment Expos, and I was able to get... trying to think of the things that I got him to sign. He's the voice double for Samuel L. Jackson, so he did the voice for Nick Fury in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and I got that signed by him. I also have... He was a character in Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, so I got that signed by him, and he did the couple of the background voices in Infamous Second Son, which is one of my biggest, like, one of my favorite games of all time. So I got that signed. Funny enough, I had not played Final Fantasy VII Remake until this December. Which, I'm sorry, John. I feel bad. Because I own Final Fantasy VII Rebirth physical. I could have got that signed, because that's my favorite game. That's my favorite Final Fantasy game right now. And I feel so bad. Because, like, John Eric Bentley also listened to some of my voice acting and gave me some good tips and some good praise as well, which really helped my confidence. But if I do get the chance to see John again, I am going to get him to sign my copy of Rebirth. And hopefully by then I will have a physical copy of Remake. There's a couple others that I've got that's signed. If you've ever heard of the band Digital Summer, I have all of their albums except for their acoustic ones signed, as well as a picture of the band signed. I'm pretty sure half of the band was following me on Twitter at one point. I think I've had a couple of conversations with the drummer, which is pretty cool. I have a lot of band CDs signed because I went to a lot of shows as a kid. Like, local bands and stuff like that. I was never really big into wrestling, so I don't know enough about it to talk about it at all. But I'm glad people enjoy it. I'm never the type of person to yuck someone else's yum. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god. Meeting Daft Punk would have... Oh. Another group that I just absolutely love. I would like to meet Linkin Park someday. When Chelsea and I were getting married, we had the choice: have our wedding or go to Montreal, because around the same time Mike Shinoda was doing his solo tour. And we were so tempted to just be like, yeah, the wedding's being put off for one more year. Just to see Mike Shinoda, and we decided, no, we'll get married. Excuse me. Damn. I know my mom has met Justin Bieber while she was on vacation in Turks and Caicos. She didn't really talk to him, but he was there. Like about as far away from him as I am from this camera. Oh man, if Mike Shinoda came to my wedding, I don't know what I would do. Damn. I feel like recognizing a masked wrestler outside, like without the mask on, is along the same lines as recognizing a voice actor. Like, or a streamer, and just being like, wait a minute. Hey, Valentino. I mean, I was born in Canada. Close enough. Playing on PS5 with that beautiful next-gen update. I definitely did not get the S rank, let alone the S+. That took way too long. All right. Any characters you guys want to see? Oh, I did get the S rank. Okay. I'll take it. Yeah, I'm going to need to pick a different character. Maybe try going for the bases or the areas first and then dealing with the officers. I don't think I've met any film actors. At least none that are famous. Because, like, yeah, you have to get the S+ on both enemy kills and time in order to get the S+ rank. S Snake? You got it. I think I'll use this costume. Remind me after this, Grizzy, and I'll do X-Drake for the next stage. I've met a lot of, like, locally famous people here on PEI, just because we're so fucking small. But, like, does anybody know the band 2 Hours Traffic? They were pretty big in Canada for a while. They had music in the OC. Can't remember what other shows they've had their music in. The OC was, I think, the most popular one. D's Drake, as in D's nuts. But I used to work with the frontman and the bassist, who I believe is now the guitarist of 2 Hours Traffic. Guess that's all I can do for now. Yeah, my brain is also short-circuiting on trying to think of other people, other famous people that I've met. But I know I've met a handful of local famous people. I don't know if they're still around, but there used to be a band called Paper Lions from PEI, and their, I want to say, drummer, either their drummer or their bassist, used to substitute teach my band class. Like, while the band was active. So that was fun. Okay. That makes sense. X for 10. Diez. Diez? Or dis? Because dis makes sense because French 10 is also dis. Yes. Now all I can picture is that production company. Deek. But man, just playing this game, I always have so much fun. Even though I've done practically everything in the game, and it's just getting the S ranks and maxing out all the characters, it's still fun to play. I should probably be paying attention to what the game is telling me I should do if I'm trying to go for the S+ rank. That seems like a smart thing to do. That makes sense. Well, hey, Demonic Boobs, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't know anything about One Piece when I played the first Pirate Warriors. Because Chelsea was able to get me a copy of the first Pirate Warriors before Pirate Warriors 2 came out. For like my birthday or Christmas or something. And the first Pirate Warriors is a lot of fun because it's kind of like a Warriors game mixed with a adventure game. You mostly play as Luffy through the story, and and like you use his powers to get around the stages. It's actually really well designed, but it's not quite a Warriors game. It's still good to experience if you really like One Piece. As a Warriors fan, like, you can probably get some enjoyment out of it, but you'd probably get more enjoyment out of something like this. Or Pirate Warriors 3. Both this and Pirate Warriors 3 are the best of the Pirate Warriors series, at least, in my opinion. But Pirate Warriors has had, like, some consistently good games. It's hard to be mad or, like, it's hard to say that any of the Pirate Warriors games suck. Unfortunately, Pirate Warriors 1 and 2 are only on the PS3, except 2 is on Vita. And I think the Vita version is Japanese exclusive. And in North America, we did not get physical copies of Pirate Warriors 1 and 2. We only got them digital, and I believe they were taken off of the PlayStation Store. I think due to licensing issues. Which kind of sucks because I wanted to get them, the digital versions, just so that I could have the DLC. Because if you buy the DLC in North America, it doesn't work for your European copy, which Europe did get physical copies. Because for some reason, Sony of America was like, yeah, if the game has Japanese voices, you're not allowed to put out physical copies. So when Koei was like, most of the Warriors games are now going to have Japanese voices, us collectors were fucked. I don't know. I actually prefer to have these giant ass maps and then like force me to change the perspective in the zoom on the map. I actually prefer having the map be smaller on the screen so that there's more space for you to see the action. Cool. Good to know, Fluffy 14 Sweet. That's literally what I said earlier on the stream. So I'm glad I was right. Because I am not a... I'm not very well versed in One Piece. I've only watched up to episode 80 in the anime. I've watched the first season of the live action. And I've watched Film Red. That's it. And I've played these games. I've played all the Pirate Warriors. So I know the story a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get the S+ ranking on this. I have not been paying attention. I should probably just do the special log and work on getting the souls. Yeah, I can understand wanting to have that one more level of zoom. So it depends on the stage, I find. But for the most part, like, I find the zoom that you get isn't too bad. I will also say I wish more games had the option to turn the map completely off. It's a surprisingly rare feature. Like Samurai Warriors 1 did it. Pirate Warriors 1, 2, and 3, I think you can turn the map off, but you can't in 4. You can in Ken's Rage 1, and I can't remember if you can in 2. You can turn it off in Dynasty Warriors 9, is also the only Dynasty Warriors game where you can turn the map off. I think that's it. I don't think you could turn it off in Berserk. I know you can't turn it off in Arslan. I don't know about Dragon Quest Heroes. I also don't know about Persona 5 Strikers. Or Fate Samurai Remnant, now that I think about it. Trying to remember all of the other... I don't think any of the Gundam games you can turn it off. Is that all of them? Warriors All-Stars you can't. None of the Orochi games. I don't think there's... Are there any other Musou games that I'm forgetting? I did mention Ken's Rage. I know you can in Ken's Rage 1, but I can't remember if you can in Ken's Rage 2. I think you can in Ken's Rage 2. It's also a lot of fun to just try to play these games without using the map. Oh, I see where I'm supposed to go. Might as well see if I can take the shopping district. Oh god, space battles in Dynasty Warriors Gundam without a map. I would try it. Right, Legend of Troy. I don't think you can turn the map off in Legend of Troy. I know you can't in Arslan, because I streamed it recently. And I actually do really enjoy Arslan. I do really enjoy Sengoku Basara, and I did mention it in the first part of the Musou Clones series that I have not made a sequel to yet. So I don't know why I call it the first part or a series when I haven't even made the second part yet. But I have played the Basara games. I've played all of them. I do really like 4, and I wish it was in English. I have the anniversary version of Sengoku Basara 4 for PS4, and it comes with, like, I don't know if it comes with all the DLC, but it comes with most of the DLC. And the Sanada one is, like, way too small of a game. Excuse me. I do wish that both 2 and 4 made their way to the West. I would have even accepted if there was no English voices, and I even would have accepted if there was no physical copy in North America. Just a way for me to play it in English. I don't play them very often because of that reason, that language barrier. Because I will play Samurai Warriors 2 HD, Samurai Warriors 3Z, and Dynasty Warriors 5 Special, even though they've only been released in Japanese. But because I've played the ever-loving shit out of the English versions of those games, I can enjoy those with the language barrier. I have played Mystic Heroes. I have never finished that game, but I do enjoy it like as kind of like a weird non-Muso game. I did play the Attack on Titan games. Actually, Attack on Titan 2 was the first review code that I ever received. And I did a Let's Play of it and Final Battle. Never finished either of them. And Koei is still giving me review codes. So thank you, Koei. I appreciate you. So yeah, I guess I am not going to be trying to go for the S+ ranks anymore. It doesn't sound like something that's a good idea when I'm not paying full attention. I usually prefer playing my games not with subtitles, but obviously if it's not in my language, I'm going to play it with subtitles. I like that cinematic experience. I have played Senran Kagura. I do like me some Senran Kagura. Now, Neptunia Cross Senran Kagura, that one wasn't as good. It was still fine enough as a game, but Burst Renewal is the best Senran Kagura. Hands down. We need a new one, though. It's become time that we should get a new Senran Kagura. Yeah, I'm going to increase my coins for this. And of course, I'm going to increase my attack as much as I possibly can. I feel like I was saving these for something. Was I not? Maybe I wasn't. Wait, did I just use... Okay, no, I didn't. Whew. I don't mind visual novels, but like usually with a game, I would rather be playing it, and I would rather the visual novel just be in manga form. Like when there's a visual novel aspect, but there's a part of the game that is playable, even if it's a smaller part, that's usually better for me. Trying to think what are some visual novels that I've played. Like, I do want to try We Are the OFK and Love EP, I think is the other one. They're visual novels that have like some gameplay aspects to them. Spirit of Sonata on PC does have the PS4 graphics, but it doesn't run the greatest on PC. That is the biggest issue with that. Okay. I got a text and I didn't see what it was, but it's nothing. Just like spam. Ace Attorney is one that I wouldn't mind giving a try at some point. I have heard good things about Higurashi. I think we have one of the DVDs of the anime. Trying to think, has there been other like visual novels that I've played? I don't think so. It's not one of the genres that I usually go for. Even though I do own a fair amount on Steam, just through like Humble Bundles or games that the story sounded good, but I just have never played them. I did really like the aging in Spirit of Sonata. I believe I gave it a 9.5 out of 10 when I did the review, and honestly, I would stick by that. It's almost perfect. Thank you. The biggest thing that it's missing is having English voices, having a little bit more of a side story. The, as I like to call them, cardboard cutout scenes, where it's just like very bland animations. I wish there was more character animations for those conversations. I actually prefer Samurai Warriors 5 as far as a story experience. Even though Samurai Warriors 4's story was written better, the visual side of the experience in 5 made the overall experience better, if that makes sense. Yes, also if everyone aged, but that's also another problem with Samurai Warriors 5, because technically there's only 2 characters that age in that, and they age quite a bit compared to like pre and post aging. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, Fate is another one that I'd like to get into. I've only played the Extella games, obviously, as a Muso fanatic. And I have watched the abridged series, and that's it. I have not watched anything that's official. Oh, and I have played Fate Samurai Remnant because Koei made it. I do have the collector's edition for Fate Samurai Remnant still sealed, and I've been meaning to do an unboxing video or stream. Maybe that's what I could stream after I finish Rebirth. Oh shit. I did not know that's the same person. That is kind of interesting, though. Hey, Jobless Enrique. Welcome to the chat. Oh man, could you imagine if Koei actually did a Fate Muso game? Not just like Fate Samurai Remnant, but an actual Fate Muso game. Like if they made the next Extella game, that would be fantastic. Because my biggest gripe with Extella is the way the stages are designed. It feels too much like this was meant to be a handheld experience. Like they don't have as much stage design intricacies as like your usual Muso experience. So like if it was just Fate Extella but with Muso style maps, I would love that. I have heard of the nickname Urabuchi the Butcher. I didn't know that was the same guy. Oh yeah, and they wouldn't have to adapt the entire thing. They could either adapt like an arc or make their own story up. Because that's one of the other things with Fate is like you can pretty easily make your own story up with those characters. I feel like playing this or trying to do anything specific when I'm also trying to like pay attention to the conversation, not a good idea. Yes, I have ADHD. Yes, I can multitask. I cannot choose what I'm multitasking with. My brain chooses and it doesn't tell me. Yeah, I mean, technically, Fate has had Muso-style games with Extella. And Link was a really good game. Unfortunately, both of the Extella games do not save on the PS5, so I had to start my save file over again for both games on PC. I think Nobunaga had the better, older design compared to Mitsuhide. I mean, I do want to turn my brain off, but at the same time, I do want to, you know, make some progress in the game. What am I supposed to be doing? It says head to the target area without being spotted by the scout commander and company. Did I not do that? Oh, that's the scout commander. Is the X the target area? Because I was just at the target area. Okay, fine. Whatever. No thanks. Vampire Survivors is also a lot of fun. There is a Warriors game that is much like Vampire Survivors called Warriors Abyss. And that is a lot of fun. Especially once you get, like... Once you start understanding the meta, and you can do a good playthrough pretty quickly. Yeah, that's the thing. I have Warriors Abyss on both PS5 and Switch. Unfortunately, there is no Switch 2 version. Otherwise, I would play it exclusively on the Switch. Because I feel like a Switch 2 version would just look like the PS5 version, just a little worse. Which, Warriors Abyss is already not the most visually... you know, taxing game. So I don't see why they don't put out a Switch 2 version of the game, but whatever. Oh, I have to defeat Hancock. Oh, this way. Wait, defeat the bodyguards and company? I'm trying to do all of these things. Wait, did it? It did wait, no, there. I'll figure it out eventually. No, I want to focus on Hancock. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of really good characters in Warriors Abyss. And a lot of costumes that are exclusive. It's also the only way to play the Origins versions of some characters. Like Sun Jian, Cao Cao, and Liu Bei get their Origins costumes. Also, Dong Zhuo and Zheng Jiao get a completely new Origins version of their character. Like, they are a separate character between Origins and the usual version. Oh, the Atelier characters in Abyss are really good. I cannot wait for them to make Warriors Orochi 5 and not include Ryza, and then I will rage so much at that. That's a game that I should stream the story for, because I just absolutely love Atelier Ryza. Oh yeah, and Lu Bu also got his Origins moveset. I haven't used Ryza much as like a summon. I think I've only used her as like an actual character. Spawn in a Muso game would just be awesome. Also, just thinking Spawn gathering up as many guest appearances in video games as possible. Because, like, can we talk about how awesome it was that Spawn was in the Xbox version of Soul Calibur 2? That was my experience with Soul Calibur 2, was the original Xbox version. Then I got the PS2 version. I pretty well never played the GameCube version, so I didn't get to experience Link's moveset and stuff. Damn. Maybe I'll have to give Ryza a try as a summon. Well, Todd McFarlane just needs to speak with the guys at Koei Tecmo. Maybe he'll be included. I think all of his weapons, like, I could see him primarily being maybe the axe, and then the chains, the guns, and all of that would be his charge attacks. I thought the whole thing with Spawn being in Soul Calibur 2 was because Namco did the Spawn Armageddon game. Well, definitely did not get the S plus on that. Partly because I didn't realize that those enemies were invincible. I mean, technically there is a Naruto Muso, it's just not made by Koei Tecmo. It's on... No, this is not what I wanted. It's on PSP. Ultimate Ninja Impact, I want to say is what it's called. If I remember correctly. I haven't done much of this. What? I think I'll just jump into this. So I think this one is pretty easy to get a bunch of souls, which is what I need. I need to max out these characters. Oh, Drake, right. Now, which one do I want? I think I'll do this one. Sorry to whoever asked for Drake and I didn't do it. I'm fixing that now. Ooh, Delson as a Muso character. Yes. Ah. Man, we need more fans of Second Son. That game was so good. That's another game I should stream. I still need to do the evil playthrough of that game. Might as well just finish this off while I can. There, that's everything that I can do. I mean, Jack Sparrow would actually make a pretty decent Muso character. In fact, Pirates of the Caribbean Muso game is... It's not a bad idea. I'd play that. I mean, I'd play just about anything Muso. I'll make a Teletubbies Muso game. I'd play that. The Wiggles Warriors game. Oh, God. I would still play that. Oh. Well, I'm glad you're learning. Hopefully you find a couple of good games that you'll enjoy. God knows this community has a fucking boatload of games for you to play. Because then, like, you have the main line, Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Warriors Orochi. There's 9 mainline Dynasty Warriors games, plus Origins. 5 mainline Samurai Warriors, 4 mainline Warriors Orochi. Then you have 4 Pirate Warriors, 4 Dynasty Warriors Gundams, 2 Fist of the North Star Ken's Rages, 2 Fire Emblem Warriors, 3 Hyrule Warriors, Berserk and the Band of the Hawk, Arslan and the Warriors of Legend, Warriors Legends of Troy, which is based on, you know, Greece. Then there's technically Dragon Quest Heroes, Persona 5 Strikers, I'm pretty sure I've missed... Warriors All-Stars. And then there's all the spin-offs, like Empires, which there's been for Dynasty Warriors. 4 through 9 have had Empire spin-offs. For Samurai Warriors, 2 through 4, there's been no Empires for Warriors Orochi, even though the fans fucking want one. There's like the handheld spin-offs. Volume 2 is really good. State of War, Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors Next, Dynasty Warriors Versus, the Samurai Warriors Chronicles. I did play Age of Calamity. I struggled to play through it on Switch 1, and then once I got my Switch 2, that was so much better. Much better experience. I do want to do a video about, like, what is the best game or what are some good games to start your Muso journey on. Because, to me, whenever I get asked that question and it's like, answer this now, I'm like, Dynasty Warriors 8 is, like, the first one that comes to mind because it's got an English dub, so don't need to worry too much about that. It's got lots of content, especially if you get the definitive edition on Switch or through the Microsoft Store or the Windows Store. Because it's only available on the Windows Store on PC. It is not available on Steam. Wait, what? Why is it telling me to go here? Oh, these things, right. I almost forgot about them. Oh yeah, and Abyss. Warriors Abyss. Well, obviously, if we're gonna think about DMC characters, first of all, do you mean Devil May Cry or Detroit Metal City? Because those are two very different DMCs. But obviously, Dante would be a great choice to be in a Warriors game. In fact, a Devil May Cry Warriors game, just in general, sounds like a good idea. Yeah, Warriors Odachi is also a lot of fun because you get to play as all the characters from Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors, plus some characters that are exclusive to the Odachi series, so you can kind of like figure out who's your favorite and then go from there to start exploring. There's also no bad choice where to start necessarily. It's just whether you look it up to see if, you know, the general consensus from the community is that that's a good game. Because while Dynasty Warriors 9 is not a great entry point into the Muso franchise, it's still not a bad game to get started with. It's just like, you gotta know that's a open world Muso game. It's not anything like most of the other Muso games that are out there. But it can help you to get used to who the characters are and the just general story of Dynasty Warriors. I would personally say Origins is a great starting point if you want to learn more about the Three Kingdoms, because it is very story heavy and they do a lot to like even go into the personalities of the characters in history. Like in Shahadun's Bond conversation, he's talking about how Cao Cao, you know, waxes poetically. He writes a lot of poetry and forces Shahadun to listen to him recite his poetry. Which is correct. Cao Cao, like, was a writer of poetry. So, like, it's not just historically accurate in its depiction of the battles, it's kind of historically accurate in its depiction of the characters, too. Oh, if you love story-heavy games and historical fiction, Origins is probably where you should start. Also, I'll be streaming a bunch of different Warriors games. So, like, there's a bunch of ways that you can see what the games are like. Excuse me. The only thing to keep in mind with Dynasty Warriors Origins is you don't play as the different characters. You only play as kind of a self-insert character who's completely original to Origins. So you only play as the one character, and from time to time you will be able to switch to other characters. Yeah, I didn't think that would be a problem, but I know, like, a lot of people, when they're looking for a Muso game, they are also looking for that, like, giant character roster. The combat is also the best it's ever been in Origins. It's like a nice mixture of Dark Souls mechanics, but without the Dark Souls difficulty. And the combat is just complex enough to, like, get you thinking without overthinking. You know? Like, there's perfect dodging, there's parrying, but they're fairly easy to get the timing down, especially perfect dodging. But also each weapon that you can play with plays vastly different from the others with the same, like, basic controls. So it's really easy to pick up and play any weapon, but in order to master it, there's, like, some complexities as well. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I love, is just how different yet similar all of the games in this franchise are. It's so good. There's so much to explore and so many different things to enjoy. Like, there are Muso games with visual novel aspects to them. Like Samurai Warriors 4 and 5 and Warriors Orochi 3, well, almost all of the Warriors Orochi games kind of have a visual novel part 2 before the battle and after the battle, where the characters converse with each other. Yeah, I would say, like, here's the thing. Every Warriors game has that, like, claim to fame. Dynasty Warriors 3 was, like, the very first true-blooded Muso game. Dynasty Warriors 4 was the first, like, more realistic, grounded experience with a faction-specific story with a bunch of hypothetical routes. And it's a choose-your-own-adventure kind of story. Dynasty Warriors 5 was just Dynasty Warriors 3 with the visuals of 4. So, like, every character had their own stories. Dynasty Warriors 6 had really good design aspects, but the combat wasn't very good. Dynasty Warriors 7 had the best story. Dynasty Warriors 8 has the most amount of content. Dynasty Warriors 9 is open world. Origins is this, like, incredible, like, first AAA Warriors game. Samurai Warriors 1 was kind of like Dynasty Warriors 4, but with a little mix of 3. Samurai Warriors 2 is even better. Samurai Warriors 3 was Wii exclusive. I love how that's its claim to fame. But, like, every Warriors game has a specific trait that makes it better than everything else. Like, even though Dynasty Warrior 6 is Dynasty Warrior 6, it still has like some of the best stage design, some of the best character design, and some of the best music. I just don't go back to it that often because the combat is eh. And the biggest thing about like Dynasty Warriors 6 and 9 and having bad combat is it's just kind of boring compared to like this, because 6 and 9 had this like aspect of its design that's just like you keep pressing the buttons and there's a specific scenario in which you change the button that you're pressing, and that's it. Not a whole lot of complexity beyond that. And that doesn't necessarily make it a bad game, but there's definitely better options. I will go back to Dynasty Warriors 9 more than I will 6. In fact, I was playing 9 earlier. I actually started up a new playthrough on PS4. And surprisingly, I thought the visuals were much worse on PS4 than I thought. So, yeah, maybe expect some Dynasty Warriors 9 streams in the future. Oh yeah, and when it comes to Warriors Orochi, there's Warriors Orochi 1 and 2, and then there's the Japanese exclusive Warriors Orochi Z, which is both of them combined with more content as well. Technically, we did get everything in Orochi Z, but it was in the PSP version of Warriors Orochi 2. And then there's Dynasty Warriors Strike Force, which is like Dynasty Warriors mixed with Monster Hunter and Dragon Ball Z. Like, imagine Dynasty Warriors combat, Super Saiyan transformations with Monster Hunter style stages. Where it's like Monster Hunter 1, maybe 2. I never played 2. But it's kind of like Monster Hunter 1 where like it's sectioned off. Yeah, there is so much to explore with the Musou franchise, and I'm just excited for you to like explore. Yeah, the other fun part about Japanese exclusive stuff is like Samurai Warrior Spirit of Sanada is all about the Sanada clan, and at the same time there was an NHK drama going on about the Sanada clan, and they had exclusive DLC where the characters had similar outfits to the show that we never got those in the West until Warriors Abyss. No Sengoku Basara stages are one single map like in Dynasty Warriors. They're just kind of they would be sectioned off a little bit here and there, but it's not quite like Monster Hunter. I would say Fate Extella is closer to the Monster Hunter sectioned parts. Oh my god, we're all live? Yeah, Steven, you put it so well. Dynasty Warriors 9 is just a nice, chill, like, it's almost like the slice of life experience. If there was a slice of life Dynasty Warriors game, it would be Dynasty Warriors 9. Yes, Bianca's in the chat. Charles says hi, Bianca. They say heart. Or send heart. See, the problem with Dynasty Warriors 9's open world is they didn't utilize it like an open world game. It was just a Dynasty Warriors game that was set in an open world, which is not bad necessarily. It just didn't make use out of the opportunities that it had. Man, I can't believe we're getting close to the end of Musou. Only 2 more days. And I'm going to try to stream something tomorrow, probably in the morning. I think we have a family event in the evening, so I won't be streaming then. Yeah? I thought you said we were going out to your grandparents. Oh, I thought we were going out for their anniversary. Oh, okay. So depending on how things go, I might be streaming tomorrow night. Who knows? We'll see. Definitely in the morning, maybe at night. I think. What time are we going out? So maybe in the morning. I'll be streaming at some point tomorrow and likely Sunday evening. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the state of play. Hopefully, when that happens, we'll get some more news on Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. Hey! Takashima Show. Welcome. It's hilarious. It's always hilarious when, like, me and Lady are live, but I can't believe, like, the 3 of us decided to be live at the same time. Oh, Isaac, I'm just waiting with bated breath for more info on 3 Remastered. I just want it in my hands now. And part of me is like, I don't care if it's not optimized. They can fix it in a patch, but at the same time, I would rather it, you know, be as playable as possible on day 1 for it to experience the most amount of success. Because I know for a fact, if they release it and it's buggy or doesn't run the greatest, you know, while I will be fine to play it, others may not be. And it could ruin the experience of 3 Remastered selling so well that they'll actually make 4 Remastered. Because that's the ultimate goal. I don't want Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered to do well because I want Koei Tecmo to get lots of money. I want it to do well so I get Dynasty Warriors 4 Remastered. Priorities. Hell, they don't even have to give me a release date at this point. I just want something. Man, if they actually do add Jin in Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered, I think it's over. That will become the best Warriors game, in my opinion. Anyways, because 3 Remastered, like the gameplay that they showed off right after delaying the release date, that gameplay looked so good, and I cannot wait for the game to come out. I am imagining we're going to see it later in the year, like near the end of the year. I'm thinking September, maybe October. I don't think it's going to come out in December. I think that's too late. But hell, I would even take getting it early next year, as long as I know when. Because, like, part of me doesn't want to start streaming a whole new story in a Warriors game only for 3 Remastered to come out partway through that, and then I'll just wipe everything and stream only Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. Ooh. It'd be really cool if we got the Origins costumes for characters. I think that would be fun. It would also be cool if Fushi and Nuwa actually had a story. Alright, game, was that fast enough for your S+ rank? I've been busy, Bianca, but good. How have you been? I did it. Finally. Oh. Well, I'm glad that I was your first. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully this helped a little. I hope. But with that being said, I think that is also a good spot to end the stream, because I started with that stage, couldn't get the S+ rank, and then got it in the end. So yeah, I am... I also feel like I need to just, like, stop trying to pay attention. My brain is turning to mush from working so hard with work. But with that being said, don't forget the conversation doesn't have to end here along with the stream. You can also join the Discord server. There is a link in the description below, as well as a link to all of my social medias. Yeah, follow me wherever you want, but I'm usually more active on Discord, Twitter, and Blue Sky. Also, did you know that I made music back in the day, like before doing video game stuff? You can check that out on Bandcamp. You can download it for free. And on Spotify, you can stream the music, or you can also stream it on YouTube Music, Apple Music, wherever you stream your music. I'm thinking of streaming some Dynasty Warriors 9 tomorrow. I haven't decided what I'm going to stream for the rest of the month. But I know next week, when Musou is over, I'll be going back to streaming one Musou game and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth So, oh, thanks, Bianca. I don't think it's that amazing. I like the music that I've made. I think I would like to re-record all of it with better production because I only recorded those using a Rock Band mic in my parents' basement. I'm pretty sure on a laptop, not even on a decent computer. But I'm glad you enjoy the music. Anyways, with that being said, thank you for joining me today, and I will see you all in the next stream.